Okay, so the last step of the life cycle of a plant is germination, right? Now, as I told you that in the food store there are some food substances that are present inside the food store that actually provides the food to the inactive embryo. Alright, now these food substances or these substances that are present inside the food store are actually in insoluble form. Okay, so in order for the embryo to grow or to grow out of the seed, these insoluble substances has to first convert into the soluble substances, right? Like for example the starch and protein. And as we already know that these soluble substances are converted these insoluble substances are converted into the soluble substances by the action of the enzymes. It means that inside the seed there are some enzymes also present inside the seed, right? So the enzyme that it requires to convert the starch into the soluble substance, the soluble substance is actually the glucose. All right, the glucose is a soluble substance, so it means that the starch has to be converted into glucose, right? So this starch can be converted into glucose by the action of the enzyme that is known as amylase. So you already know about it, right? Amylase enzyme actually acts on a starch always, and it converts it into the simpler substance that is glucose. Now this glucose is a soluble substance and it can easily be absorbed by the developing embryo, right? This protein can be converted into simpler substance, and that simpler substance is known as amino acid, right? And this protein can be converted into amino acid by the action of enzyme, and that enzyme is known as protease enzyme. Okay, so now when the protease enzyme acts on a protein, it converts it into amino acids, and now this glucose and this amino acids are the soluble substances that can easily be utilized by the developing plant, and the plant can easily grow out or come out of the seed, right? Now the first step of the germination is that when we provide the seed with all the favorable conditions, like the conditions that the developing seed requires, like for example the water, the sunlight, the space, and the air. All right, so it will grow, the baby plant will come out of the seed, right? It will grow into a new plant. This process is known as germination. The development of a seed to a new plant is known as germination, right? So the first step is water. This is the most important step. The water goes inside this micropyle, which is a small opening in the seed, and it will go inside the seed. Okay, so when it goes inside the seed, it will causes this seed to swell up, and when the seed will swell up, this seed coat will split open, and when the seed coat will split open, the embryo will come out. Okay, so first of all, in an embryo, as we already know that the radicle and plumule are present. Radicle is the first root and plumule is the first shoot. So first of all, the first root will come out, the radicle will come out, and after this radicle, the plumule will come out, that is first shoot, right? So this is what a germination is, and the germination can only be occur if you provide the seed with the favorable conditions. All right, now in the seed, as we already know that the enzymes are also present, and enzymes does not work if the conditions are very harsh, like for example if the temperature is very hot or if the temperature is very cold, so the enzymes will not work. So it means that we have to provide the seed with the optimum temperature. Okay, so keep that in mind, that that the seed contains enzymes, and the enzymes needs optimum temperature to work. Okay, so we have to provide it with some of the conditions, and the conditions of the germination are the good supply of water, oxygen. For aerobic respiration means respiration which requires oxygen. Okay, and anaerobic respiration means the oxygen that does not require oxygen, but the plants require oxygen, right? So it means that the aerobic respiration is needed in a plant. Okay, so oxygen is actually, the plant gives out the oxygen in the presence of sunlight, right? But at night it actually takes this oxygen, it absorbs this oxygen and gives out the carbon dioxide. So actually aerobic respiration is observed in plants during the night. Okay, so and the temperature is also needed. So these are the things that a seed will require for germination. And the dormancy of the seed means the inactiveness of the seed will continue if we will provide it with the anaerobic conditions, if we will keep it dry, and if we will keep it cool, so the enzymes will not work and the embryo will not grow. So we have to provide it with some of the requirements that the seed requires in order to germinate. So these are some of this was the topic of the germination of the seed, and I hope that all of the things are clear to you now. Jazakallah.